Aspen University CJ 415, Supervision of Police. My name's Andre Rosedale. I'm the instructor for this course. This is Module 2, Discussion Question 1, which reads, discuss the communication process, outlining its parts and functions for most police agencies. Can it be improved? There is a lot of things that I could talk about, and I'm going to try to keep this in about 5 or 6 minutes. Communication process. We have a 24-hour dispatch center that answers 911. We dispatch police and fire. We transfer to a private ambulance company, which is a huge waste of money. We have 2 dispatchers and a desk officer. This is my agency. We're 40,000 people population, small city in southeast Connecticut, with a police department of about 94 sworn, including the chief, the deputy chief, which are non-union. So these 2 people sometimes answer the phone, sometimes they don't, sometimes the desk officer does, sometimes one of the guys hanging out in dispatch will do that. I've been guilty of it. And then we'll enter stuff into the call and dispatch a police officer. If it's a fire call, we give it to a dispatcher. If it's an ambulance call, we press transfer for the ambulance company, and then we listen to see if we have to send fire if it's a life-threatening type of thing. We have 1 paid fire department and 5 volunteer fire companies within the city that I work in. And I apologize for the lighting. Not sure what's going on with that. So at any rate, a lot of times we will go to calls and not have any idea what's going on because they'll send us to a signal 12, which is a disturbance, and that's all we'll get. Disturbance signal 12, number 77, any street in your town, Connecticut. And we'll end up there. There's no information. There's no caller information. We may run into 2 people arguing, or we may go to their house, but neither one called. Their neighbor called. But we're now having non-consensual police contact with 2 people, and we don't have a complainant for it because that wasn't contacted. Can that be improved? Absolutely. Professionalize your communication personnel. Send them more than just the basic classes that the state requires. Send them to updated training, recertification, that kind of thing. Communication up and down the police department. We used to have a thing called roll call before COVID, where we would have lineup notes. So if midnight shift was having a problem with something, they'd alert everybody to it, and the patrol officers on the other shifts would stay in the area. Detectives, if they need something from us, they either call us or they either call us or they put a note in the lineup. Other than that, other communications, we had a shooting last night on evening shift. I knew about it through Facebook, through a local Facebook group that I belong to, that was alerting everybody to the police activity on the hill where it happened. And my shift members did not know it, and it was not in lineup. Could that be improved? Absolutely. Do other police departments have better communication policies and procedures? I believe so. I've worked for 2 others in the state of Connecticut, and have not had the problems that we have here. And just to mention it, lastly, radio systems. We have car radios. We finally have CAD. We get it in 2018. We get computers in the cars in 2018. So we've had them we've had them exactly 2 years now because it's past October when I'm filming this. Our radio communication system, the new one was just installed this year. Prior to that, our last upgrade was 1948. So you can imagine what that is. So instead of me just complaining and saying we can do better at my agency, what is it like at your workplace for communication? Whether you're in police or you're in trucking with dispatch, or you're in a hospital as a medical care worker, or you're working a certain department in a grocery store or at Macy's, or you work in a lawyer's office. What is your communication process like specifically, beyond what the textbook has, and why do you think, or how do you think you could improve it? And if you can't, tell me why you can't improve. Tell me why it's so rock solid. I look forward to your response.